Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by for another fun video here. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a Han4 Starhawk combo. Yes, you read that right and heard that right. We're going to try to get to 9 resources, play the Starhawk, flip our Han, and just proceed to play everything in the universe. So we're going to go over that here, but before we start, I just wanted to ask if you could please subscribe and like the video. Certainly helps a new content creator very much if you could do that. And now we're going to jump into the deck. So the idea of this is we want to just swarm as much as we can and then get to 9 resources either by ramping somehow or just naturally getting to the 9 resources, playing our Starhawk, flipping the Han onto something, readying a whole bunch of resources, and just playing everything for a discounted cost. This is not a tier 1 deck by any means. This is a for fun deck. I've been having a good time with it. I definitely would not recommend bringing this to something to go in to try to win a big tournament with. You can certainly bring it to locals or just playing against your friends for fun, but it's very silly and I've really been enjoying it quite a bit. So Cartel Turncoat, we start off with that. It's 1 cost. We want to try to keep everything odd in this deck if we can. We do that successfully except for the C3PO. Cartel Turncoat is just a 2/3 for 1 in space. Your opponent gets to draw a card if it's defeated, but it's a quick unit. We want to have a lot of small units to start. Greedo, classic 3/1. When defeated, you can discard a card from your deck to try to deal 2 damage to something. Maz Kanata, we just want to try to go really wide so it fits the theme. We want to get Maz as big as possible. The R2D2 is good because we're going to either name 1 or 3. The primary number in here is going to be 3 because that's what we have the most out of in our deck. Hotshot is just a way that we can try to get across the finish line with this. C3PO famously works well with the Han Solo activation. And just to note, you can activate Han even if you don't have a unit in play, just to reveal the top card. That way you'll be able to always know exactly what you're getting with Han Solo. We've got one other combo with that a little bit later on. Actually, we'll just go over it now. The You're My Only Hope also combos with that ability here, where if we see something that's 5 or less, we can play You're My Only Hope and get that for free. So we've got 2 things that kind of help us manipulate the deck a little bit. Blue Leader is a good space ambush unit, but we can also pay 2 and move it to the ground and ambush something on the ground. It's really a 5 cost, but it's a way that we can get it in at the 3. Boshek is extremely important in this deck as it's going to let us draw 2 extra cards, because we're going to discard and everything in here, except for the C3PO is going to be odd. So most likely it's just going to let us refill our hand a little bit. Echo-based Defender is a good way to defend on the ground just a little bit. Still working on a Sentinel plan for the ground, so the sideboard is a little bit in flux right now, so we can ignore the sideboard for the moment. Ezra is going to let us play additional cards. Especially once we combo with the Starhawk, we're going to get Ezra down and be able to play cards from the top with our Ezra. The Sabine's Masterpiece is good because we can put extra experience on things, including the Masterpiece itself. Sundari Peacekeeper is a good way for us to get a little bit of extra restore. Resupply obviously is a good way to ramp. It's a little less likely that we're going to hit it because of the data vault, but it's still there. Waylay, we're going to need to get rid of threats, even if it's just temporarily. And that is definitely something that is very mandatory in this deck. The You're My Only Hopes we've covered here. Plo Koon is another good ambusher. This deck usually has Coordinate enabled, so it's not too hard to get this turned on. 6 cost, 5/5 with ambush is pretty great. Syndicate Lackey is another ambush card, 5 cost, and it's a 5/4 ambush. And we've got another space ambusher here with a Marauder And this one also can ramp us too if we've got a unit in play and there's something else that's in our discard, it'll allow us to ramp. Keller and Beck is good because it'll let us search for anything that's 3 or less and put it into play. You can also play bigger units with that as well too. We've also got a Radiant 7 in here. This is just kind of a way to help slow down any aggro decks if we get any damage on something. With the 5 indirect that comes in with this, it's pretty helpful. We got 2 Ewing reinforcements just to get extra bodies on the board. Sometimes you can get three units in there, but usually 2 3s and a 1 is the best, obviously. And lastly, we've got the Starhawk, which is our combo piece here. So essentially, once we get that into play, that's going to work with anything, including Smuggle for our Hotshot DL44 blaster. We'll be able to play everything for half the costs rounded up. And that's it. The idea is to get to the Starhawk as quickly as we can, save Han's flip until we get the Starhawk out, ready a whole bunch of resources with all these units that are in play, and just deploy lots of stuff. Ideally, you want to hold on to the Bosheks here so that you can get the most out of your, I'm calling it an extra turn. It's not really an extra turn, but you're readying so many resources, it oftentimes feel like it's an extra turn where you're just doing something by yourself. The Boshek really helps quite a bit there when you deploy him to something and you get those 2 extra cards. Sometimes there have been cases where I've been playing this where I've played 2 and got rid of the second unique just so I can get the 2 extra cards off of it. But yeah, by all means, certainly welcome any input that you may have on this. If anybody has some cool ideas to update this, feel free to please put those in the comments. I'd love to see them. And yeah, that's the Han4 Data Vault Starhawk combo deck. Like I said, I wouldn't expect this to be a competitive deck. It's a for fun deck. So if you want to just do something silly, certainly give this a try. It's been a lot of fun in testing. And just wanted to say thanks again for stopping by, checking out the videos. I appreciate it. And one last reminder here, if you could please subscribe to the channel, definitely helps out a new content creator like myself. And I just wanted to say thanks again for stopping by. And hope that you have a great day. May the force be with you. Take care, everybody.